And I remember walking in, my roommate being like, like, hey, whatever, it's going to be fine. And I'm nearly in tears. And she's like, hey, I hate to tell you, but you got some bills on the counter. And I walked over and I looked at them, and there was like 5 talent partners envelopes. And I just looked at them and I said, I'll get to those bills later. Like, they look like bills to me. So I'm like, later.
Yeah.
So
You have
Sunday,
you didn't know about residuals at that time at all, right?
nothing about residuals. So like Sunday comes around, I see him sitting there. I'm like, I don't want to know how much I owe
Yeah.
this union, probably charging me money. So like then that Monday comes and I start opening them, and they were residuals.
Wow.
And like, one was literally like 8 grand. One was like $250. One was like 3,000. And
That's
Duke,
so
I'm
cool.
not lying. When I thought that like their machine, their ATM was just messed up, call anybody. So I'm like, I stared at that money for like 2 days, and then I was like, I'm gonna take one check, I'm gonna cash it, and then I'll call them and tell them that they've been mispaying me. I took one. I went to the bank. I was covering my head when I deposited it. I was just guilty as could be. I got some money out, paid some bills, and then. I remember calling. I finally got the nerve to get one of the checks, and I called Talent Partners.
Yeah.
And I told the lady, and not to be rude or anything, but it was obviously a black lady, an African American lady by her accent. And she's like, "Baby, what's going on?" And I told him like, I don't know. You got to help explain this, because I went and did this work and I got paid. And now I got home and I'm just getting paid. Like, and she was like, "Well, let's look into it." And so she started typing, and she's like, "So were you in the commercial?" And I explained to her I was in the commercial and I did all that. And then she's like, "Huh." And then she got on there a little bit longer, and then she came back and she was laughing. And I'm like, "Yes, ma'am." She goes, "Baby, do you know what a residual is?" And I'm like, "No, ma'am." And she's like, I think you should call the Screen Actors Guild and they'll explain it to you. And I'm like, what do you mean? And she goes, "Baby, that's your money." She's like, "Every time you're," and I just thought I hit the lotto. And I was like, oh my gosh. So
That's cool.
and she goes, "I have another like 6,400 that we just released. You'll be getting checks in a few days." And I was like, so I literally was calling everybody I knew in the racing world, like, load up the bikes. We're going back east. I wasn't top 10 in points, so I was eligible to ride the other coast. So I called my local crew and everybody, and I was like, "We're going back east. We're racing." And they're like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "I got this money. I don't know. They told me it's mine. I'm just going to run with it, So I got that money, and it basically funded like my whole race, that commercial.